It's the late night Vidme. We're talking about the games. We're talking about the games with Mr. And we're talking about the games now. Welcome to Late Night Vidme. I'm Peter Graves, and here's your host. Ahem. Ahem. Your host, bad. Oh my God, this show. Say it. Here's your host, Gregory Peck. That's better. We're kind of a bunch of latchkey kids here on this show, and to be honest with you, that's just how it is. I've have to come to acceptance that this show is not quite my cup of tea, and it's we have an incoming phone call from Freighter SH. Oh, here we go. Let him on. Oh, hey, Gregory Peck. Oh, hey, Freighter. How's it going? Yeah, I just have to announce I did it again. The latest pre-order on the Project Scorpio, the Xbox One X. I actually got a pre-order in at Best Buy. Oh, that's great. That thing's got some really kick-ass graphics. Yeah, I can't wait to play Witcher 3 and see how, much better it looks, and even Skyrim, just to see, how it is, Oh, yeah, you gotta play Skyrim at its best, and, I'm just a mark for Skyrim, and get to play it the way I should be able to play it, and I guess Halo 5 has got, some improvements to it, too, and this is going to be fun, and you can still play the old Xbox 360 games that they've added over the years, so to the backwards compatibility. I mean, probably the first thing I'll probably do is throw Oblivion in and make sure that works, and once it's in, then start adding the others, and there you go. And I'm very excited about the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Is there any exclusives? No. You know that complaint we've had. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. So, Gregory, I mean, what's in the news? I mean, well, apparently, Freighter, you're gonna hate this. The Super NES Classic Edition's already sold out with the pre-orders, and it's like, I understand, but it's like, it's all about the money. It's not about the love of the games. Hey, stupid resellers can stick it. They suck. They just suck, Freighter. I mean, it's not fair. We work our asses off, and then they do this to us. Well, yeah, they do this to us, and it's just stupid. So then what ends up basically happening is you end up like me when I bought the NES Classic Edition. Bought it for like $130, and it's like, well, you shouldn't have to do that, but that's the way it is. If you want this thing that bad, you have to get it at the price the resellers sell it at. It's just, I don't get it, because years ago, there used to be these like Atari, mini Ataris, and you just plug them to your TV, and guess what? Those were always on the shelf. Yeah, well, problem with Atari is that's an even older. I mean, that's an older generation of gamers than me. I mean, like, I never had an Atari. I never had an Atari 2600. When I moved here and eventually in Pennsylvania when I was a kid, maybe by like 87, 88, that's when I finally went to someone's house and they had one. And it was kind of like, okay, this is something totally different. But it wasn't that good because I was used to the arcades and I was used to the NES. I wasn't used to something this ancient looking. It was kind of like, okay, but I played it. Of course, you don't turn games down, even Atari games. But yeah, but now on eBay they're selling it way beyond what it should be, really what it actually should cost. It's just bullshit. So about the show. Oh no, we're talking about the games, Frater. Oh no, you are a little nudging by me, but I'm just talking about generally Saderingrad Productions. We're taking a lot of different directions and turns very quickly. Sometimes quicker than even I'm doing things in times that mentally I'm like, whoa, like making a Reddit account. It's like, Frater, that thing is censored to fuck. That thing is so censored. You bring up anything conservative or libertarian, you can get banned or whatever. You're not one of these CNN types. You're just legacy media. You're done. I know. Well, I did it because I'm not gonna say the name of it because it's a project of mine. It's like a project outside of Saderingrad Productions. Although, if it becomes successful enough, I won't have to worry about Saderingrad Productions not creating enough money. Meaning, like, literally, it could actually, like, kind of be the one that holds it all up. It's it's an experiment on YouTube. Now, Frater, we have had conversations. I know, but you can see what they want as far as a channel, and they want basically something that could work on PBS, which is hilarious because cable TV is perverted as hell. I mean, like, they play, was it Two and a Half Men or something like that? I think it's like stuff you'd see on HBO back in the day. And they seem to have no problems with that, but then, well, it's because the difference between them and us is they own everything. You see, they don't have a higher power that can take away their funding. See, with YouTube is a lackey to that. See, that's the way the hierarchy is. See, the hierarchy is you have CBS, NBC, Fox, and ABC. That's the top echelon. And as a result, yeah, they can almost show porn if they wanted to. They can do all kinds of stuff like that. And they are essentially the sort of the Illuminati of the whole thing. But with us, YouTube, they're basically servants to that. So what happens is when we go on there to make our videos, they have to be like almost like PBS friendly, and that's sort of their way of kicking us in the nuts, saying like look, we can do the edgy shit, you guys can't. You guys have got to make content for 2-year-olds, and that's just tough shit. I know. So the new project encompasses some of the spirituality, God, Frater, if it's that fundamental type Christianity stuff, that's not going to go over well. I mean, well, I've kind of backed off the fundamental stuff. I'm with God, with Jesus, but I've backed off the hardcore doctrines. Well, that's good because these kids, they just don't know how to fucking they'll go with that if like life's just not treating them well, but otherwise they just, you know what I mean. Oh yeah, I do know what you mean. But so I just keep down to a message of love and God and really basic stuff, to try to help them. And it's first thing, I'm gonna tell you, I will be the first one to tell you, Gregory Peck, I don't really know how to make a big YouTube page, okay? The problem is like, it's just getting those subscribers. It's really difficult. Even on Minds.com, I'm doing better on there than anywhere else I ever been. Frater, that's our home base. We can actually say anything we want. We can even make fun of Muslims, and nobody would stop us. YouTube, you can't do anything. Well, that's the point of the new project, is to show that that's essentially, that is it, really it. That's all YouTube wants is. It's almost, there are good messages on my new channel, but there can be a little bit of a parody to it too, if you know what to look for. So, yeah, so got that going. Still on Gab. Really love Gab. Really open, free environment. You know, still selling books. And, well, you got Vidme too. Yeah, we're still there. Still there. And apparently, let's see, you, oh, so someone subbed you on your new project here. There's a new comment. Yeah, I've had to, yeah, trying to get subscribers here. So it's, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not used to YouTube. Like, there are a lot more things I could say, but about like a lot of things right now. Like there's things I'm actually holding back, right back. But because I don't want to see certain things just vanish, you know? Oh, I totally understand. I mean, I totally understand what you're talking about. I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, yeah, you gotta, you know, like I think you're safe with minds.com and Gab. I think that's our foundation stone. But everything else, if you know how to look into that, we have to be extremely careful because it can just be gone tomorrow. Yeah. Well, it's been kind of just straight talk on this episode. Nothing really funny. Well, I think we're getting tired. You've been working on something else, haven't you? Yeah. So the new show's coming back. The new Freighter versus Retro is coming in 2018. You're starting. You're not gonna make it to episode 52, are you? No. I got 42 episodes done. And what has happened is there's a bunch of work that is finished with 43, 44, and 45, but in 46. But what has happened is I just don't feel like the gameplay is just too damn long. And I'm trying to. There's some things in my own personal life going on too, and you gotta find a job. Yeah, I got that. On top of that, and then it's kind of like I just don't want to deal with these old things, you know, because the Freighter versus Retro show, I'm like trying to look at see what the feedback is to the old show, and nobody really cares. Well, no one cared back then either. I think we got like one like guy from Australia saying it was really cool. That was cool. I like that. But yeah, but what I'm thinking is after the 42nd show, is to have a movie with what the surviving footage. I have just done a monstrous intro to the whole thing, and it's gonna be really fun. Well, that's good. I mean, that makes up. Yeah. Well, we're about out of time, folks. Good night. This is the late not fit me. We're talking about the games. We're talking about the games with Mr. And we're talking about the games now. Bum 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 bum. Super high inflation. 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 Super high inflation.